Hello there. Today we are going to discuss a new topic: dynamic testing versus static testing. The first point of difference: static testing is done without execution of code. We are not executing the code here, whereas in dynamic testing, we are executing the code. So, static testing without the execution of code and dynamic testing with the execution of code. Let's try to illustrate this with an example. Let us say that we have a customer requirement that states window shall move up when up button is pressed and window shall move down when down button is pressed. To fulfill this requirement, you have to write a code for it. Now, suppose a developer has written this particular code. This is a function where he is trying to implement the customer's requirement. When button is pressed, if button equals to up, then move up, otherwise move down. Our task as a tester is to check whether this piece of code is satisfying the requirement or not. And this type of testing is known as static testing. So let's try to test this particular code. Here it's saying that if up button is pressed, then move up, but if up button is not pressed, then move down. If you execute this code, then the window will never stop moving. It will move up if you press the up button, but the moment you release the button, it will keep on moving down. This means that this code is failing to fulfill the requirement. The requirement was that the window shall move up when up button is pressed, but it will only move down when down button is pressed. There is no command for a down button here. So this is how we find defects through static testing. So why do we call this static? Because when I was performing this test, this code was not moving. It was in one place. This is why this type of testing is called static testing, because the code will remain unmoving and it's you who will be checking every line for errors. So that's it for static testing. Now moving on to the dynamic part. Dynamic testing requires you to study the behavior. Here, if you press the down button, then the window moves down. You aren't bothered about the code or how it is written. When you press the up button, window moves up. And when you press the down button, it will slide down. So the concept should be pretty clear now. Static testing is carried out without the execution of code, while dynamic testing requires execution of code. Now, let's move to point 2 in their difference. Static testing is conducted in the verification stage, whereas dynamic testing is performed in the validation stage. Let's find out what they mean by verification stage and validation stage. So, here we have the life cycle of a software development activity. First, you will have a user requirement. Next, a system requirement. Then, a global requirement. Then you will have a detailed design. Once you have this design, then you can start writing the code. I will discuss all this in a future video, but for now, just remember that these are the steps. Now, static testing is done in the early stage, when we only have the document. As you can see, we don't have the code yet, and if we don't have a code, we can't run a software. When all we have ready are documents, then we can only perform a static testing. We can carry out a verification. We can't run the code. So these are the two stages. The first part is for static testing, but once the code is ready, you can perform the dynamic testing, because now you can run the code. This is why static testing is done in the verification stage, whereas dynamic testing is done in the validation stage. So once you have the code available, you can perform the dynamic testing. Otherwise, it's not possible. Now we move to the third difference. Static testing is cost effective, whereas dynamic testing is not quite as cost effective. Let's try to understand this. As we saw in this diagram, static testing is conducted in the early stages. So let's say you have a mistake here, and using static testing, you have found it. Then you only have to correct this one document. But during dynamic testing, you are all the way over here. After the code is ready and the implementation is being carried out. So if you find a fault here, since this is the only stage where dynamic testing can be performed, this error might not be so easy to correct. It could have happened because your design was flawed, or it could be because you didn't take down the requirements in the early stages correctly. If the fault happened in this document and it went unnoticed through this step and this step only to be found here, that means you now have to correct 4 different steps. This will require more people to solve problems and it will take up a lot more time. So this is the reason we said that static testing is cost effective while dynamic testing is less cost effective. So I will summarize the points again here. The first is, static testing can be conducted without execution of code. Dynamic testing requires execution of code. The second point is, static testing is performed in the verification stage, whereas dynamic testing is performed in the validation stage. The third point is, static testing is cost effective, while dynamic testing is less cost effective. There is a fourth point about examples that I want to add here. Static testing examples are walkthroughs and code reviews, whereas with dynamic testing, you have to perform functional or non-functional tests. This was the summary of what we covered in this video. See you next time. Happy testing.